Hello you walking water sausages! We are back at Parola Armour Museum, because there's something very special going on this summer. Also, I brought my mouse with me. Here we have it, the magnificent buttocks of Tiger II, also known as the King Tiger. This particular individual is one of the earlier test units. It has different kind of exhaust pipes and, more noticeably, the pre-production turret. And this one even has a larger rear hatch on the turret compared to the production models. Also, this one has the gun barrel as a single piece. Later on, the gun barrel was a two-piece version for easier maintenance and maybe also production. The caliber of the gun is 8.8 centimeter, same as the Tiger I, but Tiger II has way longer barrel, which increases the penetration of the projectiles. The Tiger II was one of the heaviest mass-produced vehicles of the World War II. It weighed almost 70 tons and had the frontal armor on the hull about 150 millimeters thick and into the turret front around 180 millimeters. It is said that King Tiger's front armor was never penetrated into the combat situation, but both Allies and the Soviets did have guns that were capable of doing that in theory and on test firing, but in the combat situations this never occurred, or at least there's no evidence for it. Here in the back you can see again the experimental exhaust pipes, or one of them, and even that is missing some parts. Here the goal was to reduce the visibility of the vehicle by making the flames and flashes from the exhaust pipes going sideways instead of straight up. So that's the King Tiger, the main star of this video. It is, or was, on display from 14th April to 30th September. Depending when this video comes out, there might be a slight chance. Still go and see it in Parola. Alright, let's have a little stroll outside until we reach the second display hall. Now, there are some changes in this hall compared to the last year's visit. The first thing we are gonna look at are some items from the war in Ukraine. They are in two display cases here, quite in the center. The items in the sand are stuff that was scattered around a destroyed T-72. Talking about T-72, Mouse, you have a bigger gun and everything. You could take that one out, right? I knew you could do it. And let's stay on the T-72 subject. Here's the other change from the last year. There is this display version of the T-72. Way easier to see inside when lots of the armor plating has been removed. That was the right side of the turret. And now we are here in the back of the vehicle. There's a modernized T-55 next to it. And now we are on the left side of the vehicle. Let's take a look inside the turret. Even with all the armor removed, it still seems very cramped space, doesn't it? Also, the gun barrel has been shortened. Here's a still image from the front of the vehicle. Now we are on top of the Leopard 2, taking a general look at the hall. Here's a cutout version of the 2S1 Kvasdiga, a Soviet self-propelled gun. Alright, let's head back outside, because there are more tanks there. Actually, before we go take a look at the tanks itself, here's a couple pictures from a T-72 turret that has been shot, and a T-54 turret. The hits 1 and 2 are from the 100mm gun of T-55. Here's a quick glance into the engine hall. Plenty of engines there. Next stop, well, not stop, but destination, the pavilion up there. Here onto the lower display area we have the World War II era vehicles, starting off with the different kind of Soviet light tanks. Here's a T-50, and then we move to the medium and heavy tanks, featuring couple KV-1s, and then moving to Soviet T-34s. All of the Soviet vehicles here are captured vehicles from the Winter War and Continuation War between Finland and the Soviet Union, and of course PT-42. Then we have a couple German vehicles. And next to the parking lot there's a British Comet tank that has been used as a target practice. It's in a bit rough shape, being shot and being outside all these years. This is where we are supposed to have a similar walk around with the Cold War era vehicles, but guess who had the classic mix up with the start and stop recording buttons? Hey, this guy. Luckily, nothing here has changed from the last year, so if you wanna see these vehicles closer, why not check out my last year's video from here. Squeak! For the end of the tour, we are driving past the Armored Brigade, heading to the Sotilaskoti. That's a cafe and kiosk within the garrison area. Well, it wasn't open yet, so we had chance to enjoy some live music from orchestral training. But when we finally get there, we had chance to enjoy some delicious and very affordable donuts. Well, I hope you also enjoyed this video. Till next time, bye!